No one knows where the bottom is and when we are going to start to see a recovery in retail. The strongest retailers, the ones that are planning for the future and not just defending against the present, are likely to be the winners. There are very few retail segments that have not hit a serious bump in the road due to the economic decline. The food industry is no exception. One restaurant chain that seems to be weathering the crisis better than others is Panera Bread. Having grown to over 1,300 restaurants nationwide, it's one of the few food service companies that continues to grow during the downturn. CEO Ron Shaich views these challenging economic times with a fresh perspective. How has this global moment in time, where most economies are struggling, affected your business plan and your decision making?
It represents an opportunity to drive our competitive advantage, and we are investing in competitive advantage at the very time that most of our competitors, because they're over leveraged and under intense pressure from their banks and boards, are actually cutting back and pulling back. And it's the time to build our organization, because people want to come home to places like Panera, which has got stability and safety. So I would say to you, we view this recession within the context of our long-term business strategy, and then within that context as an opportunity.
Having 50,000 individuals that you're responsible for, obviously healthcare is an enormous issue. What is Panera doing to ensure that your people are well looked after?
Well, we felt for some time that our responsibility as a leader, as an employer, is to provide health care for people. I welcome some form of universal health care. I do, because it levels the playing field. We as a society have got to decide what kind of society we want, and we've got to share the responsibility for that in a way that everybody is playing by the same rules. So we have been at a disadvantage, quite frankly, because we've been out there offering benefits that others have not. Good thing.
Do you worry in this environment about your customers trading down for economic reasons?
Most of my industry is chasing what they call value. Value to them means how cheap it can be, how much they can cut prices. That's led them to cut portion sizes. That's led them to optimize. Our view is that value is the totality of the experience and what you get for your money.
10 years from now, when you look back on this moment in time, what do you hope that we will have learned as a country, and what should we learn as business leaders?
We will collectively understand that we have to take responsibility for our economy. It isn't something that happens on its own. We have to provide the right structure, the right regulation for that economy. I also hope that we get a perspective that everything isn't about short-term returns. The most important thing is actually what we do over the medium term and long term. And then finally, I hope we've learned that this was simply a moment at a time. This was not the penultimate event of the century, shall I say, but just a blip along the way.
Coming up, a conversation with President Bill Clinton on the state of the